Okay, guys, let's get right into it. Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. Most of you already know who I am. I'm the most viewed and subscribed to Social Security disability attorney on YouTube. I don't do a lot of veteran benefit claims. I only do very custom and specific. Like if it's a friend where, they're like, hey, they couldn't fix this. Can you figure it out? Or it's, essentially a situation where, it's been referred to me from like a Masonic, situation, then I'll take the claim, I'll work it, do a bunch of custom work and get her done. But these are consistently the three worst Social Security mistakes a veteran can make. And these are the mass screw ups that we see over and over and over again with these types of claims. Let's go through them real quick. Number one, you get out of the military. You do a disability assessment, right? You begin the process of filing for disability benefits on the VA side. You need to file for Social Security disability insurance benefits as well on the civilian side. What always happens is they'll file their VA military, base for disability. They'll go ahead and begin the process. Years will go by. They'll not be working. And then all of a sudden, you're 5 or 6 years down the line from when you got out, you get your VA benefits, and then your date last insured has run for your SSDI benefits. All right, so what is a DLI, date last insured? The date last insured is the last date that you can claim that you were disabled on. It's the last day that you can claim that you were disabled on, that you can then get disability benefits through the civilian marketplace called SSDI benefits, right? Social Security disability insurance benefits. So imagine a timeline. The way it works is, out of the past 10 years, you have to have 20 quarters of coverage. But just think of it this way. An easier way to think about it. It's not a perfect way to think about it, but just think of it this way. It's a cute way of thinking about it. If you have not worked within the past 5 years, it is very unlikely, it's not impossible, but it's very unlikely that you will be able to claim and get onto Social Security disability insurance, civilian disability benefits. And the reason why is because you have essentially run out of quarters of coverage. Because as you get older, you need more quarters of coverage. The more quarters of coverage you have that are recent, the farther into the future your date last insured is. But if you get out of the military, haven't worked for 5 years, 6 years, and then you apply for Social Security disability insurance benefits, your date last insured may have run out as a result of not having enough quarters of coverage. This is the number one problem we run into with people who always call me, I got my VA disability benefits, I got my VA this, I got my VA that, I want to file for disability. First question out of my mouth is, when was the last time you had an over-the-table paying taxes job? And they're like, oh, it's been a long time. It's been like 10 years. Problem. And the biggest problem is this, they're stackable. They're stackable. So then you've got to get some income coming in, get some more quarters of coverage, and then apply. That's the whole thing there. Number two, a lot of VA people are told not to file for all of their impairments. A lot of SSA disability applicants are told not to file for all of their impairments because the little ones, they don't matter that much. Little one, that is wrong. And I'm going to prove it to you in about 2 sentences, right? There's millions of hours worth of people on YouTube telling you, just forget those. Just forget those. The arguments that they make as to why you should only file for your most severe impairments is that it will slow down the process for you getting your benefits, and it might reduce potentially your other impairments percentages because you're just asking for too much, right? Asking for too many impairments, too much. Now, my counter to that. Number one, VA benefits are all part of what's called a numbers game. They're part of a percentage, right? And they average up or they average down based upon how many points you get. Social Security disability insurance benefits often fall into an approval for what's called a vocational allowance. That is where all of your impairments combined limit your ability to go ahead and do a job, an 8-hour a day, moderate or a medium, light, sedentary, a sitting job. All of your impairments combined limit your ability to do that job. So If in regular Social Security, civilian disability world, all of your impairments limit your ability to do a job, then you want to claim all of your impairments that could potentially, small or big, limit your ability to do a job. I know I'm amazed that somehow people made videos against this. They're like, oh, it might take you an extra 3 or 4 months to get adjudicated. So what? You get found approved 3 or 4 months. That was a good deal. That was a very good deal. The VA side, it's all a point system. Why would you not increase the chances of getting more points by having more impairments and giving them, look, it takes some more time. Okay, fine. Give them an extra 3 months. Give them an extra 6 months. Let them give you the highest potential point advantage that you have. Because with VA benefits, everything's a tack on. You get over 50 points. You get over 60%. You get over 70%. Everything's you get over a certain level and then you can attach more things to it. So very quickly, in 2 sentences or thereabout, we have concluded that you should claim all of your impairments and build the claim, build the case on all of your impairments. Cool. Number 3, only using VA doctors is fatal. It's fatal to many disability claims, especially in the civilian market. You need VA doctors. You also need civilian doctors. The biggest thing that the VA people say is, meh, I don't want to spend the money on the other doctors. In many instances, Medicare and Medicaid will strike a deal once you are found disabled to pay for your bills while you were seeking regular civilian disability benefits. Point being, you have no excuse for not going to see every doctor that you can. If you are claiming disability benefits, your job is to get medical evidence. It's not to, make dinner for everybody and make everybody happy. It's not that. It's your job is to make as many appointments as you can for medical treatment. If you have to burn out a doctor's welcome to get as many medical notes as you can from that doctor, you better do that. If you have to go to the emergency room so much, you're walking in and they're kicking you out, you're going to do it. Your job is as many medical appointments that can be set up or emergency room visits that you can have. That is your job. And here's why. The biggest, last week, I had to spend, an hour on the phone with multiple individuals explaining to them something very simple. I had to spend a lot of time with them. And it's just one thing that you have to understand right up front. Disability attorneys, VA groups that assist you with applications for VA benefits. We all understand on this side of the fence, although, some of them don't, but the bottom line is, when we send you these doctor's appointments, you're thinking, man, these people might be able to get me better. They might be able to improve my life. They might be able to use medicine to make me better. No. I'm not sending you out to do this medical stuff because I expect you to get better. I'm sending you out because I need the evidence. I tell claimants now, very upfront, I don't care if they go personally on their end to try and seek improvement. That has nothing to do with me. I only care that they go and get a medical opinion as to where they're at. I want subjective and objective evidence that I can use to win the claim. How they feel, how it's going, how much they like the doctor. Does the doctor really tell them nice stories? I don't give a shit. Don't care. You shouldn't either. I don't know why a lot of you do. They're not going to be able to fix a lot of the problems that you have. How many of you have seen people with severe depression that are better, way better? How many of you have seen people with severe back problems that after the first surgery, everything was amazing? I was so good. It was so great. How many of you have seen people with horrible respiratory problems or cardio issues or whatever, where they went and they were just so incredible? No, it takes very, very large surgery to fix very, very severe impairments. When you go to these doctors, don't have the expectation that you're going there to go ahead and be fixed. You're not. You're going there to collect evidence to prove that you're severely impaired to the point by which you can no longer work a job. And then the VA side, it's a little bit different, but the point is still similar. It's showing limitations as to capacity to do residual functional capacity, abilities, pushing, pulling, stooping, crouching, kneeling, etc. Those are the major things that I see that VA individuals tend to mess up going and trying to apply for the regular disability benefits. So if you get those fixed right up front, you're applying for VA benefits and you apply for SSDI benefits at the same time. Cool. You did that one right. You request all of your impairments to be reviewed and you submit all of your impairments to be reviewed. Cool. You did number 2 right. You see both VA doctors and non-VA doctors, civilian doctors, specialists. You go to emergency rooms, critical treatment. You have crisis treatment, sanatorium, mental facility, whatever. Cool. Then you'll have fixed number 3. These are the major things that veterans will screw up, and it is crucial that you don't mess them up. Guys, I will catch you at the next video, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. But keep in mind, the last video that we're going to be doing, and I'll be doing in about 5 minutes, specifically 5 Social Security rule changes that they could potentially come out with that you should keep an eye on. Some of them have been talked about, but none of them, to my understanding, have actually been in a bill that has any chance of being passed. But I want to make you aware of these things so that you have a better understanding of it. So these are 5 potential Social Security rule changes that you should keep an eye out for because they're terrible, and you want to get them removed as quickly as possible. Guys, I will see you in about 5 minutes. Catch up shortly, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.